Hello, my name is Andrew. Today we're going to talk about motorcycle luggage. Not just any, we're going to talk Tusk Highland X2. Okay, first of all, why I specifically went with the Tusk Highland X2s. They do have two other versions. They have the larger panniers, and then they also have the Excursion, which is it's just a smaller capacity, basically. So the reason I went with the Highland X2 is exactly that, because of the capacity. With 25 in each side, that's 50. Plus, if you get their Tusk duffel bag, or really any duffel bag you want to use, you can put it on there and even increase it further. So that's the first thing, is capacity. One of the things that I love about the Highland X2 system is the versatility. Under this monkey tail here, you can put any duffel bag you want. It does have Velcro for if you buy the system with the included duffel bag, but you have other options and you're not tied to that specific one. Looking at actual use case, I love it. And the main reason is it's kind of a bit of a pro and a con, and I'll explain. So the side panniers, as you see them now, are not waterproof. What this system does is it comes with two 12.5 liter bags for one side and a 25 liter bag for the other side. And now those are waterproof. And what that allows you to do is pack those bags and then pack those bags into the side. And the advantage there is that if I'm staying at a campsite, or specifically for me, I found hotels. It's the best for hotels, because what you can do is roll up, park your bike, leave the system connected to the bike, and pull out those dry bags, grab your duffel, and you're in the hotel room. You don't have to disconnect the system entirely from the bike and lug that in there. Now, on the other side of that, if you just put something in there, it is not waterproof. You need a waterproof bag. That being said, as I mentioned earlier, it does come with those waterproof bags. However, again, you could use any waterproof bag that you find. The Tusk system comes with the two panniers on each side, the beaver tail, and then a first aid pouch on the back. That's exactly what I use that for, is first aid. It does have an included, medical symbol on the back that kind of makes it obvious. If you crash and you're in the woods and hey, go grab me that, ace bandage or whatever. It's on the Tusk thing with the symbol. It's easy to recognize. So that's really nice. You can the bottle holders on the back are optional. I opted to get them. I believe those increase the capacity. I think they're a liter each. Keep in mind, you don't have to store fuel bottles in there. I store a rain suit in one, and I store a tarp and my extra water reservoir in the other. So again, one of the reasons I love this system is versatility. Let's get to the big reason that you might choose this over another piece of kit, and that's price. This system, the base, is $379, which if you've shopped Moscow Moto or any of those other brands, you kind of get an idea of how good of a deal that is. So, and for me, I think what you're getting here for the value is fantastic. Now, that's just the base. That doesn't come with the main duffel bag, and it doesn't come with the bottle holders. But honestly, if you have a duffel bag that's waterproof, boom, you're basically ready to go. And I'll demonstrate that in a little while. The bottle holders are an optional thing. If you don't need them, you know? And again, that speaks to the versatility of the system as well. Now, let's talk about what I don't like and something that could have been extremely dangerous. I don't know if this is a fault for the Tusk Highland system in specific, but I think it's just more of maybe a fault for strapped soft luggage options in general. I was riding on some ATV trails locally here, and I didn't realize one of the straps had come undone. And what happened was it fell through back under there, down, and got right into my rear tire. And when that happened, all of a sudden, the bike wasn't moving too well, and I knew something was wrong. We stopped, we got off. Now, I was on an ATV trail, I was off-road, I was going probably 10 miles, 15 miles an hour. Had that have happened on the highway, that's a much more serious, that could have been much more serious than it was. Now, part of that could have been user error. I should have checked better. It was a very bumpy trail. It's always a good idea to double check, triple check if you have to make sure that everything's secure. Now, that being said, as a con, I contacted Tusk. They agreed it was user error. But what they did do is I was able to send my luggage back to them. They were able to re-sew that strap back on there for me. And all they charged me was basic labor. I believe it was $30 or something. And they, it was quick shipping. So, I don't know if that's a con or a pro, but their service was good. I should have checked, so I don't mind $30. That's nothing compared to buying a whole new set of luggage. So I was happy there. Another con I would say is the waterproofness or lack thereof. Is that so much a con? I'm not sure. Because you can utilize, dry bags from even other companies if you want to in the system, which makes it versatile. However, if you're looking for something you could just put in there and everything's good to go, this might not be that for you. I have a set of cheaper Rhino Walk saddlebags, and they're made of TPU material. You can put things in there right away. They're waterproof. So there are options that are like that on the market. This isn't that. However, I do like this system more because with those, you got to take the whole thing off and bring it in if you want it to be secure overnight at a hotel, or if you want to bring it into your tent if you're camping. Another pro to the Tusk system is the MOLLE attachments. On either saddlebag, there's extra room for MOLLE attachments. And as you can see here, I have a first aid bag attached to the MOLLE system. That has ridden with me for hundreds of miles. On the 7-hour plane crash, and then around town, everywhere. It's great to be able to access something so close to you. And so I think for that, you could store extra bottle holders. You could get creative with what you could put on there. It's really versatile. So it has that going for it as well. This system comes with 5 straps in total to connect it to your motorcycle. So you have the 3 in the back and then the 1 on each side to make sure that that's not moving anywhere. So why don't we go ahead and get those strapped up. one thing that I did add here was these clips. These actually have these strap secures, but I switched them so that I can just plug these in and away we go. That's it installed. Now, my overall thoughts, I think this is a huge 2 thumbs up. I think for the price, you can kind of build the system to for what you need it to be. You know, it's been, aside from that one human error that I had, honestly, it's been amazing. It's lasted. It doesn't shift around a lot. I can fit everything I need to. And I think just overall, it's a great value for the money. And you could even make it even cheaper if you wanted to buy your own types of duffel bags and things like that. So all in all, I think it's a great product. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. And thank you for watching.